Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to see a new question in our DSA in Python playlist. This is also an array question and the question name is 2sum. Now this is an easy level question. In this question we have been given an array, okay. Now what we need to do is with this array we will be given a target, okay. Now we need to find two such numbers which will be the which will sum up to this target, okay. So now we have been given that we need to return the indices, okay. So we don't have to return the number, we need to return the index of the two numbers that add up to the target. Now we have been told that we can assume that there will only be exactly one solution, and we don't have to use the same element twice, okay. Now also the thing is, the answer that we can return can be in any order, okay. Let's see the example now. Like here we have been given 2, 7, 11 and 15, okay. So now here the array is sorted, but it is not necessary the array will be given in a sorted manner, okay. So now the numbers that we have been given is 2, 7, 11 and 15, and the target given is 9, right? So let's see what are the pairs that will sum up to 9. So when I take 2 and 7, it will sum up to 9. Now in my question I have been given that there will only be one solution. So once I have found the value like that sum up to the required target, so I can return the value directly from there, right? So not the value but the indexes, okay. So we need to keep that in mind. As soon as I find the value that are equal to the which sum equal to the target, we will be returning that as the answer, okay. Now in the same way we have been given one more example in which I have been given 3, 2 and 4. We have the target as 6, okay. So now we will be returning 2 plus 4, 6, it gives us 6, so we will be returning 1 and 2 as the answer, which are the indexes of the corresponding numbers. Now we have been told that in the constraints the length of the array will be from 2 to 10 power 4, okay. Since we will always have a solution in the array, so the minimum number that we need to return will be 2 only. Therefore we will be having minimum 2 value in the array. Now after that the numbers or the elements that we will be having in our array will be from minus 10 per 9 to 10 per 9, okay. And also the target will be in the same manner from minus 10 per 9 to 10 per 9, okay. And again we have been given in the constraint that only one valid answer exists. Now we have been asked a follow-up question, okay. Can you come up with an algorithm that is less than O of n square complexity? Now after seeing this question, the basic thing that we will be thinking is, now we have been given, let's go through the brute force approach. So we have been given 2, 7, 11 and 15, right? So what I will do, I will use one array, okay, one pointer to iterate each and every element once, and the other pointer we will start from the I plus 1th value, and it will iterate every time to check if we are having a target value, if we can get the target value or not, right? So target value or not, here target is 9, right? So basically what I am doing here, I am starting the value or the iteration from 0 and I will go till less than n minus 1, right? I will go till here only. Now after that what I will do, I will start my j from I plus 1, since I cannot repeat the same element twice, right? So I plus 1 and it will go till less than n. Now what I will do, I will check, right, if nums of I plus nums of j is equals target, then simply I will return I and j, right? Now keep in mind we will be returning the index inside an array, okay. So use square brackets to return the answer. Now this is what we have to do while we are using two loops, right? In this, the time complexity that we will be getting here is O of n square, and the space complexity, we don't have any space, we are not using any extra space, so it will be like O of 1 only. Now what we are doing here, let's run this code. So once I am starting from 0th index, I will be having like from 0th index, let me note it down like that. So my I is at 0 and j will be starting from 1. So what will happen? I will add the values of both of them and I will check if the sum will give me 9 or not. I am getting that, so I am returning that directly. Now let's take one more example. So let's say we have 3, 2 and 4 and the target is 6. Okay. Now my I will be 0, right? And j will be 1. So I will check if 3 plus 2 will give me 6 or not. It will not. Therefore my again value will go up to 2, right? Then I will check 3 plus 4 will give me 6 or not. It will not give. Now this we will be moving out of the j loop and again we will increment the value of I, and then we will check if 2 and 4 will give me 6 or not. It will give. So I will return the answer as 1 and 2. Okay. So this is how we will be using two loops to return the two sum indexes. Okay. Now how do we reduce the how do we reduce the time complexity, right? So now we have been told that there will only be exactly one possible solution, and the other thing that we have been told is we will always have a solution. Okay. So let's say now I have 2, 7, 11 and 15. Okay. So we will be moving to optimal approach now, and the target that I have been given is 9. Now let's say I found out 2 is there. Okay. So what I can do is, if I will do 9 minus 2, then the leftover value is 7. Now if I can search that if this 7 exists or not in any data structure, then I can return the answer, right? What I mean by that is, now let's say I am using a dictionary here. Okay. Why am I using a dictionary? Because this will be we will be performing the search operation in O of 1 time complexity, so it will be like efficient, right? So now what we can do is, now let's say my pointer is here. Okay. So I will check if 9 minus 2, that is 7, exists in dictionary or not. It is not existing. Then what I will do, I will add this 2 in my dictionary along with the index. Okay. So now my dictionary is containing 2 along with 0 index. Now my pointer started from here. Now it will move to 7. Now what I will do, I will again subtract and see if 9 minus 7, that is 2, exists in my dictionary or not. It is existing, right? So what will happen, I will take the index that is given here and the index of this 7. Okay. So what I will get, I will be, if my dictionary name is D, then I will use D of target minus nums of I and the other value that I have is nums of I. Okay. So now this will give me 0 index. Here I will be using I only, nums of I is not required. So I will be using only I here. Now this will return me 0 and 1. We will see one more example. Okay. So let's take 3, 2 and 4. Okay. Now my target here is 6. Okay. So I'll start from here. I will check. Okay. So 6 minus 3, if 3 is existing in my dictionary or not. Right now I don't have any value in the dictionary, so I will add this first value along with the index. Okay. So 3 and 0 is inserted in the dictionary. Now after that my pointer will move here. It will check if 6 minus 2, 4 is existing in my dictionary or not. It is not existing, so I will insert this 2 in my dictionary with the index value. Now again what will happen, I will move to this second index. Okay. So again I will subtract and see if 6 minus 4, that gives me 2, exist in this dictionary or not. This is existing. So what I will do, I will get the index value. Okay. So I will get the index of 2 and index of 4 and I will return that as my answer. Okay, so now let's see the pseudocode for that, and then we will move on to the code editor. So now first of all, what we saw, we were iterating only once. So let's take the array iteration loop. So it will start from 0 and it will go till less than n, and I will also have a dictionary here. So let's take the dictionary. You can initialize the dictionary using this parenthesis, okay, curly braces. Now after this, what I will do, I will check, okay, if the value that I have target, okay, if target minus nums of I not in, okay, it is not in the dictionary, then what I will do, I will add that value in my dictionary, right? So in the dictionary, using that value, okay, so nums of I is equals to I. So basically what I am doing here is, like we had 2 3 4 like, yeah, let's go with this only. So my target was like 6 here, so I was searching for 6 minus 2, that is 4, right? So 4 is not existing, therefore I will add this 2 in my dictionary. So that only I am doing here. I am inserting the number along with the index. Now if this is existing, okay, else what I will do is, from here I will return the value at the like dictionary index, right? So I will get the d of nums of I and the I value, right? So what will this give me is this, actually not this, I will be using the subtracted value, right? So d of target minus nums of I and I, right? Means once I like we came here, let's say, so this 2 was already inserted in my dictionary with the index value. Now after subtracting this 4 from my target value, I checked for 2, right? So the 2 will be checked here if 2 is existing or not, and if it is existing, then I will simply return that value with the current index value. Okay, so now let's move on to the code editor and we will run this code there. So let's see the code now. What we will do here is, we will declare a dictionary. Now after that we will start iterating in the array. Okay, so for I in range of length of nums, and if we are not finding the target minus nums of I value, then we will add that nums of I in my dictionary, right? So that only I will do now. Target minus nums of I is not in dictionary, then d of nums of I is equals to I. Now if I find the value, okay, that if my target minus nums of I is existing in the array, then I can return the answer from there only, right? So what I will do here is return d of target minus nums of I comma I. Okay, so now let's try to run this. The sample test cases are passed. Let's try to submit it. So this code has been accepted. About the brute force approach code, I will give that in my GitHub. You can access that from there. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments, and in case you have any doubt, let me know in the comment too. I will try to clarify it more. And in order to continue with me in this coding journey, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so you will be notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching.